Being a professional athlete is thought to be one of the highest paid jobs out there, but is that true in every case? The wage gap between male and female athletes is astonishing. In some sports, it is over $25 million, which needs to drastically decrease. I have done extensive research, so I'm credible to tell you about the problem in today's sports. In this speech, I plan to show you how big the wage gap is between male and female athletes in several different sports, and show you the only way to decrease the gap. For those who are not aware, male basketball players are the most paid athletes of all sports. RuleOfSports.com says the average salary is around $4.9 million, which is $1 million more than any other sport. There's a lot of controversy of who the best NBA player currently is, but there is no controversy of who the highest paid player is. According to CNBC.com, Stephen Curry on the Golden State Warriors is the highest paid player at $40.2 million. However, the highest paid female basketball player, Dewana Bonner on the Phoenix Mercury, makes only $127,500. Forbes.com says that out of the 157 WNBA players, 89 of them play overseas just to be paid more to play, which means they play 2 leagues all year round with no rest. To put into perspective, the median salary for NBA players is just under $600,000. NBA refs make $150,000, and WNBA players make just over $71,000. So this shows that even referees make more than female athletes. I've told you about the wage gap in basketball, and now I would like to show you about the gap in soccer. Before I start about that, I would like to show you this chart that shows the wage gap in many different sports. The U.S. women's soccer team has proven to be the best in the world for the past 2 World Cups, and the men's soccer team has yet to win a single World Cup championship, much less 2 consecutively. So one would think that they would have a higher salary than the men, right? Well, you would be wrong. The women's team is not even getting paid equally. Each member of the winning team for the Women's World Cup gets around $4 million, whereas men get $38 million each. One might try to argue that the men bring in more money from fans at the games. However, the Women's World Cup games bring in just under $2 million more than the men's games. And just within America, the women's team bring in a net revenue of $8 million, where the men's team only brings in a net revenue of $350,000. All these statistics were from the Washington Post. So again, same sport, more wins, and bringing in more money. Why are the female athletes making so much less than their male counterparts? Why are they at least not being paid the same? So now you know that record and revenue does not stop the wage gap. I'm now about to tell you how household names like Serena and Venus Williams had to work harder to make just as much as the male tennis players. For those who do not know, Serena and Venus Williams are arguably 2 of the best female tennis players ever. With a combined total of 121 titles between the two, one might look up their salary and say they are being paid just as much as the male tennis players. However, you have to look how they earn their money. Tennis players earn their money based on prize money of each tournament they win. So you have to win to make money. If the Williams sisters and their male counterparts win the same amount of matches, how are the sisters still making at least $2 million less than the men? It's because the prize money is not equal. So a female tennis player earns just under $121,000 less than the male tennis players for the exact same ranking. The New York Times says that female tennis players earn 80 cents to every dollar a man earns. When defending the titles within the United States Tennis Association, Roger Federer received $731,000, while Serena Williams only earned $495,000 only hours later. Although tennis is a The leader in trying to fix the wage gap, I plan to show you the only way to shrink the gap. The only way to shrink the gap is to bring attention to the problem and create more media for women's sports. Many female athletes have spoken about the wage gap in the past. For example, Venus Williams spoke up about the prize money for the Grand Slam tournaments, and now those tournaments, the prize money is the same. Also, for the World Cup games, members of the United States women's soccer team started speaking up and now are suing for equal pay. As you can see, female athletes are able to make a difference by speaking up, but there is also a way for you too. All you have to do is watch and support female athletes and teams. So whichever sport is your favorite, try watching the women play the exact same sport. That way there's more media and more attention for the women playing. In conclusion, as you can see, there's a large weight gap between male and female athletes that should not be there. Playing the exact same sports, and in many cases, winning more and bringing in more revenue, there is no reason that female athletes should not be paid equal to their male counterparts.